Hello and welcome to my channel, My Garden, My Passion. Today I am here with these beautiful bromeliads that have bloomed in my garden. It is the beginning of the rainy season and they have bloomed now in the first week of June. And you see, I have to go down to this level of the plant because these plants are native to the tropical forests and they are the understory plants. That means they grow at the ground level and they receive filtered light, and so I have to go down to this level to show you these beautiful plants. Let me talk about their care conditions now. So this plant is scientifically known as the Bilibergia pyramidalis. It has many common names and sometimes common names are specific to certain regions. So I will stick to only two common names here. One is the flaming torch. It's very obvious why it is called as the flaming torch, because you can see it's in the shape of a torch. And the other is foolproof plant, indicating that it will bloom consistently and it will never fail you in blooming every year. There are other names like the hurricane plant. It's probably specific to that area of the US where they have a lot of hurricanes and it is supposed to be tolerant to the harsh winds. That's why it is called as the hurricane plant. But for us, I think one will describe the plant as a flaming torch and the other will say that it is a foolproof plant, indicating that it's quite easy to grow provided you have the right growth conditions. When I say right growth conditions, it is best to know the native of the plant, because the native of the plant will tell you in what conditions it is growing naturally, and those are the type of conditions you will have to provide in your garden so that they will bloom and produce these beautiful flowers, or rather the plant will thrive well. So this plant is native to the northern parts of South America and to the tropical forests. So then you will want to know what are the conditions in a tropical forest. Tropical forest is one where there is heavy rainfall all through the year and simultaneously it is warm, and these plants grow almost on the forest floors where there are big trees like I have in my garden. You can see the big trees. It's completely in the shade of these big champaka trees, and there is always some filtered sunlight. And in Dharwad, where I live, most of my viewers would know that we live in a place where it rains 4 to 5 months a year. If not 5, at least 4 months definitely. The rainfall is heavy and the microclimate in my garden is such that these plants are thriving in the shade with only filtered light. So the tropical forests have warm, humid climates with a lot of moisture in the air, and so when it doesn't rain, I water them only twice a week, and since they are in the shade of the tree, the evaporation rate even in summers is less. Now let me come to the description of this plant. You will notice that the leaves are in a rosette form and there's a cup formed in the middle where water collects. In this water, you can also see some dried leaves are there, the leaf litter that falls from the big trees, and the plant gets its nutrition from this water and the leaf litter that goes into this water. So the leaves are in a rosette form and you get these beautiful flowers once a year. That's sometime in June, July here, though it might vary in other parts depending upon the weather conditions. A close-up of the flower will show you that it is in fact an inflorescence in the shape of a torch, and these red bracts enclose within them the purple flowers, and I am sure there's some sort of nectar not in the flowers but in the bracts, and you can see ants trying to get to the nectar. So these flowers will bloom once a year, and like all bromeliads, this plant too will also die down after producing these flowers. And for you to get more pups, so before it dies, it's in nature that it will produce the offspring or the pups. So probably this is a younger pup and will not bloom this year. And when the flowers are done, I will have to cut them away so that more energy is spent in growing the new pups, and multiplication is through these pups only. So as I earlier mentioned, this plant gets its nutrients from the leaf litter, and so I don't need to fertilize them. From the trees the leaves fall and the natural microflora convert it to fertilizer. So there is no fertilizing for this plant. They grow in nature as it grows in the forest areas where nobody really takes care of it. And this is the advantage I have of living in this place and the microclimate in my garden. It may not be so easy for them to produce flowers like this in climates which are harsher. It could be growing well in South India and Northeast India, but I'm not too sure about them doing well in North India unless you provide all the care conditions. They may be artificial care conditions too. So for those who are living in areas with this natural climate, you can grow these plants with absolutely no care. It is like plant it and forget it, and be happy when they produce the flowers once a year. Here's another view of the close-up of the flower. You can see the yellow stamens. The bud-like are still purple in color. The purple is probably the stigma and the yellow ones are the stamens. You can see how the plant is getting filtered sunlight from between the leaves, and that's how the condition is in the forested areas with thick canopies. So that's it about this video about the care conditions of the bromeliads, those that are native to the tropical forests. And I hope you liked this video. If you have liked it, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with others too. Thank you.